Hello everyone, welcome to Yamaguchi Japan Speaking YouTube Radio. I'm your host, Dr. Issa. This is episode 70th, 070. I will talk about the recent incidents that the children, even adults, feel very bad and sometimes dead because of this hot weather, very hot. For example, today it is 35 or 36 degrees Celsius in Yamaguchi City, Yamaguchi Prefecture, Japan. So, generally speaking, since the last time very heavy rain, which is 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, I think, therefore, since there, the good weather, good and very hot, sometimes very humidity weather, have been continuing until this time, and it will continue for, according to the weather forecast, for end of this month. So another 1 or 2 weeks, I think. And the small school student, school student who is junior high, elementary schools, and one grade, first grade of the very small, 7 years old or something, and just died because of the weather. Because of this hot weather, it is 3 days ago. I think it was 3 days ago, and there's a problem because he died during their school activity, which that is that kind of activity to catch insects outside. Now, of course, there is teachers. There was a teacher, I think, who is take part in in charge of the activity. So. I think it's very severe situation for that student. Not only the student and the other student. Some other students also felt very bad condition and went to the hospitals or something. I don't know, but according to their news, they declare. I'm also I feel sick or something. The newspaper says that kind of thing. Web newspaper, not paper, web news, I think. That site, I mean. And generally speaking, there is a very more general problems, I think. Basically speaking, in Japan, the school teachers make students make effort and make to students endure anything, including the hot weather or something, until when I was a child, 20 years ago, until 20 years ago, it have been said it was good thing to not to take any water during their sports activity. It's very nonsense nowadays. It was absolutely dangerous, I think. But it is very common notion. It was very common notion in Japan. So without taking without taking any water, and under the very summer and under the very hot humidity weather, and to do club activity, sport activity, is very some kind of brave and which is a very reasonable way to show their I am very tough, or or it is kind of their effort to showing their spirits. I am strong or something, to improve much better without drinking. It was absolutely strange, but all teachers think so. And it's a very pastime, stupid notions, stupid beliefs, nonsense beliefs, but that kind of spirit is still alive in teachers in Japanese school, especially elementary school, junior high school, and high school. For example, the air conditioning is not good for student, because student must become strong and to endure the hot summer. So it is that school teachers or sometimes things doing air conditioning or equip air conditioning system in each school classrooms is just purpose, just ruins their students' spirits. So it is very low rate of air conditioning equipped rate. I mean, very low rate in Japan, especially in this region. In this region is Yamaguchi Prefecture. There is official schools, a lot of and very few of them were private school. Sometimes private school equip the air conditioning each classroom, because private school is some kind of business, so they can appeal if every classrooms have air conditioning system. It is some kind of advertising purpose, but this prefecture owned, public owned schools is very strict, very rare to have air conditioning system in classroom. Only equipped the teaching staff room. Teaching staff room rooms are equipped air conditioning system, and school principal room, of course, and so sometimes the computer rooms. Only there are 3 rooms are equipped air conditioning system, and other ordinary and classrooms is not equipped air conditioning system, and it is very awful situation, awful environment to study. To be honest, I a little bit agree to experience. It is maybe important to undergo very hot weather or some kind of very humidity weather, but I think especially the place to study, it must be must be the suitable temperature. So nobody want to go the Turkish bath to study mathematics, And especially recently, the group, I don't know, but partly because there is a global warming, and I have no idea, kind of the phenomenon of heat island, and sometimes just a coincidence, it is very hot in Japan, especially compared to the 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It's 20 years ago, the 30 Celsius over 30 Celsius degree is not so common, but recently in Japan, during the summertime, it is very common. The almost standard. We have the temperature, the 35 Celsius degrees or something, and sometimes in Kyoto, it is the weather forecast said, the weather news says 8 days in row, 8 days in row. It have been over 38 degrees Celsius in Kyoto. And in Japan, the lowest temperature is very high, still very high, 28 or something. Only 10 Celsius degrees different, 10 or 12 Celsius different, but 26, the 6 p.m. morning, it still that time it is 26 Celsius degree or something. So unfortunately, it is necessary to use air conditioner, especially for the small children. Small children, their body is very small. Bodies are small. Their bodies are small. So it is more. We have to more careful about the condition of school children. And so if it is group activity, it is a little bit difficult to ask, give me break, or I feel a little bit sick and I want to break. I want to go to the cool place under the trees or the room, which is where we can use air conditioning system. So because in the group their activity is hold in group. In this situation, I think generally speaking, we sometimes refrain from ask that kind of thing, because we have we think, we especially Japanese think, we have to adjust their activity and refrain from to ask selfish things or something, but I think even if Western society's people can understand this feeling, that there is a difference of the degrees, but I'm sure you can understand what I'm saying, that feeling. It's group activity. I cannot do selfish things. So that's delay to ask that kind of things. And if the body is very small or there are very weak conditions of people, for example, the elderly, that type of people, is but very short time between their feeling sick and to really died, killed by the hot temperature. So it is very severe, and we have to concern about that. So there, some students believe in, thanks to some students believe in school education, school teachers. So even if the hot weather, very humid weather, it is a very good thing to show their some kind of effort to do club activities. It is kind of justice, almost justice. I think they think so. Very abstinently they think so. So we have to change that very old-fashioned notions. We do improve our skills, any skills, more effectively or more scientifically, collectively, I think. Yeah, it is very important thing. Recently in Japan, there is a very sad occurrence, and so there teachers and school teachers and around the school teachers, or there are small their parents who have small children, really thinking about that nowadays. This is in the situation in Japan recently. Okay, thank you for listening to Speaking Tube Radio. Have a nice day. Bye.